welcome. Welcome
Hi, everybody.
Thank you. Once 100%. I'm Shawanda.
And I'm Jaleesa.
And that angelic voice in the back that you hear
is
Mike
B. Hi, I'm here.
Oh my God, I miss you guys.
I know. It feels like a long time. Like it does. Between our taping, sometimes it gets a little like, oh, wow, this has been a while that we've been here. But
yes. So I know for you guys who are watching on YouTube, you see these two wonderful people here. So I'd like to allow y'all to introduce yourself. Y'all name is
Ho.
H to the O-B. That's right. So yes, tell the people who you are, your Instagram handles, and what do you guys do?
Okay. My name is Kierra. I am a makeup artist / permanent makeup artist in Brooklyn. My social media handles is ___3 KB Makeup Artistry. Yeah, and I'm just here. We're gonna chop it up and have fun.
Yes. And we have the angelic number 2.
The king is here.
Right.
My name is Daye. I am a makeup artist based out of New York City, Jersey, wherever you're at, I'm there. My Instagram handle is I am the Daye Xperience.
Okay. I love
Spelled with an
that.
X, no E.
Okay, I love that name. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that was very creative.
It was.
'Cause I think that just means that when you book with Daye, you get an
Oh,
experience.
yes, you do.
Experience,
yeah.
That's a
Right.
fact.
And that's important.
It very
what the
much
girls
so
want.
is.
Yes, and so like Beyonce gave us a little experience today.
Right out my mouth. Took the words
I
out.
know. She
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about,
I'm sure the world knows.
I mean, some don't because not everybody's a beehive.
I'm sure everyone who listens to us is a beehive or knows Beyonce and knows that she dropped her little behind the scenes, not today, but the other day, on her wash day. And then it kind of full circle for me because I didn't realize that it went with the Sunday wash day thing. So that was what kind of is the reason for her name. So she's like, it's a sacred day. It's a sacred, sacred Sunday. And I was like, oh.
You
so
should have
that's
told
what
us
I
that
call
earlier.
Well,
Yeah.
hello.
Because I was like, sacred.
Yeah, she didn't know how to say the name.
Very long time. It took me a while to get here, guys. But here we are.
So yes, I love that it had some thought behind, the name because we all was confused, just like up until now.
Yeah,
like,
when
what
I
is
saw
that?
it, I didn't know.
Speak for
was like-
yourself.
Right. Because
Because I knew.
the beehive is here, y'all.
Did you really
Yeah,
know?
no, Sacred Sundays. Yes, baby.
Wow.
Sundays is when a lot of people kind of like relax and they kind of like, some of us go to church
Yes.
or, so that's the whole
Okay.
reason behind all of
Yes,
that. Yeah.
and that, everyone does wash days. So
Yes,
I guess
they're
wash
wash
day
days, yeah.
being on a Sunday makes sense because I know I tackle my little girl hair on Sunday all the time before
Yeah.
the week.
Well, I get sacred. I get sacred Sundays, but when I seen the spelling CECRED, I was like, secret. Sacred.
Right, because that's what I said. I
So,
said,
yeah.
so Beehive, the king of the
Yeah.
the manager. Why did Beyonce use a C in this spelling?
Because that's the spelling of her line.
Understood, but why did she use a C? Because that's not how you spell sacred.
It's the same reason why I spell the Daye Xperience without the E, just the X.
Okay, so
You know what I mean?
it's just
It's like a play on words. Like you kind of want to have fun with it. You know what I mean? Also,
Yeah.
it's probably like copyright purposes as well. Somebody probably
Exactly.
has a brand
Had
that's
something
out.
called sacred.
okay.
Yeah.
and you know
Okay.
she got a team behind her.
So they like put it a C instead of an S or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
5 seconds. Probably even take them anything. But what I was more surprised about is hearing Beyonce's voice.
Oh,
I have not heard. I feel like yeah. They shutting down Dollar Tree. I mean, they shutting down TikTok. So, it's a little bit emotional for me at the moment. But when I was watching the TikTok video, I saw that they was like, Beyonce used to really give us a lot. Like, she would talk, she would be on TV, but then when people started making fun of her accent, I guess, she kind of she shut it up.
retreat.
But I also feel like Beyonce has such a soothing voice to me. Like, she sounds like somebody that would be my friend.
I don't know.
Like the shady friend.
I don't know. If that's her real voice. It doesn't give. I think that the real Beyonce is Sasha. You know, Sasha Fierce. Like, I don't know if that is Beyonce walking through the house talking to her kids or something. Hi, yeah, so, you
On her
know.
Nara Smith.
She's on her Nara Smith.
I don't think that's her voice because she's from the South. We know that she is very much a country girl. I don't see that. I don't know. Maybe it's
I
just
got
me.
the country vibes out of it.
Yeah,
I
do
get the
too.
country vibes, but I don't know if that's the real Beyonce.
That's
I
her
think
on a
that-
commercial.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I think that when you step into certain places, you talk a certain way. Like, you know, if I'm going to dinner with, you know, my ghetto friends,
Yes.
you know, I'm gonna be a little ghetto.
Yeah,
but
you
if
turn up.
if I'm going to dinner with my friends that are a little bit more laid back, more
Yes.
chill, my voice is a little bit more laid back. But I think that voice appeals to everyone. So it's commercial.
That's the TikTok voice.
Exactly. It's what's going.
It's commercial.
Yeah, it's
But
commercial.
we don't want commercial Beyonce.
But let me tell you something.
All right, but we know what regular Beyonce is
no,
like.
we don't. I have
Yes,
not
we do.
experienced.
Did you not
the
see the
shady
episode?
what episode?
Where she said, it's better for you to leave your bag than for you to, come on.
And
Like,
what was the other video? She was with her makeup artist, and they were. She was recording a video, but she didn't know that she was recording a video. She thought it was a photo, and she was like, "Oh, we're recording a video!" And then she sounded so goofy. That is Beyonce.
Yes,
Beyonce's
right.
a goofball.
But we like that. We want
Yeah.
that because I feel like, you know, like the big stars like Cardi B, Rihanna, they show them true selves, and that's what the people connect to. I don't think that Beyonce is giving us who she really is because she just wants this image to uphold like
well,
this.
maybe it's
All
a
right,
lead
take your
up.
time.
It might be a lead up. Leave the Virgo alone.
But
Like,
I
you
think,
know.
I think also too, Beyonce is the last of the divas. When you think about like real celebrities and
Yes.
shock value, right?
Okay.
Beyonce is the last of that era because
She
it's
is.
Mariah Carey, it was Patti LaBelle, Whitney Houston, those women.
Yes.
You were starstruck when you saw them. Michael Jackson, all of those people. She's the last of that breed
She's
of
the
people.
last of the
So I
breed.
think that she also is just keeping up her appearances. You know what I mean? Because I think that at a point she said in one of her posts on Instagram, like, or it actually was in her movie, where she's at a point where she doesn't give a F anymore. She's naturally who she is, and I think that people will often look at you and pick you apart. So
know.
at this
We know
point, I
that.
think she's chosen what she puts out for the
get-
people to receive. You
I
know what I
get
mean?
it.
And we want the real Beyonce
We
until
do.
we get it.
I
And then
do.
we're going to be like, ooh, child, did you see her? We're going to be messy. We're going to be, ooh, child, did you see her doing that?
that one clip when she told that girl that she better leave and leave her suitcase.
It's
like
still going on.
It's still, and that was in the 99 and the 2000. We still talking about it till this day.
When she was, what performance was that when she was performing Diva? She said lights, and the lights ain't go out. She said, somebody
Somebody
get
get
fired.
fired.
Baby, they let her have it for that. Come on. So
Yes.
it's like, we
Yes.
want that, but do we? You
do
might
we
want that.
want that?
I think-
But some people, are they really going to be ready for
I
that?
understand because I'm a firm believer in being that way in front of an audience. Like I'm very much always on my P's and Q's, but a lot of times Jaleesa's like, girl.
Be
Like,
yourself.
Be yourself. Why you gotta be so uptight? Why you gotta? And I'm like, okay, because I'm in this profession. I'm doing X, Y, Z.
You the
I
last
wanna-
of the divas,
I'm
baby.
the last of the divas as well. But I
Real.
feel like we have to now transition because of what the world is doing. The world is being themselves. The world is showing who they are, and there's no holds barred. So it's like, why is Beyonce not taking that on? Because
I think
her
she is.
product would do so much better if she does.
I think she is. I think she's doing it in her own way, like Mike B
Correct.
said.
Okay.
So it's like we didn't know like the real wordplay on Sacred until she started talking about it, and we put the two things together.
Well, the
like,
king knew.
Right, but right, the king knew, but the regulars, the citizens, we did not know. We weren't there yet. It took us some time to get there. So my point is that I feel like it's more so of like an onion. It's layers that you're constantly peeling back, and you're now finding out
all
like
the things.
who Beyonce is, and I'm here for it. I like This Ain't Texas.
I know.
Woo!
We-
Okay.
Well, you know what? She did say a little curse word too in her.
Ooh, I love when she
Yes.
cusses, baby. It just gets me. Woo,
Gets the people
Gets the
going.
people
gets me
going.
going. It's provocative.
Wait, but the sad what killed me was like I said, wait, Beyonce said a cuss word. It reminded me of that video where the girl was like, I cuss a little, and they're like, what do you say? Fuck. Like,
It's awkward,
I
right?
feel like hearing Beyonce cuss is like, ooh.
You about to get in trouble.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Right.
yes.
It gives very much reprimandation. So I'm excited to see this part of Beyonce and see it unfold.
I think that's what
Can we
she
talk
giving
about
you.
the inches though?
Oh yeah,
Baby girl has a full
has a lot
head
of
of
hair.
flawless hair.
What did she say? She
like
said,
me, y'all. This all my hair.
She said it's
18 of it.
a misconception that people who wear wigs don't have
Don't have
hair.
hair.
That's what she
She
said.
did.
I mean,
I mean, you know,
And
back
she
in the
said
day
it's
when
none of their business.
back in the day when my mama had put that perm in my head and then all my hair had fell out and then I ain't really catch myself since then. That's kind of like the excuse that she should have used instead of that statement. But I mean, it really isn't anybody's business, to be completely honest. Like the world has transitioned so much and it's been so accessible to give the scalp like kind of look that everything looks flawless and natural now. So it really doesn't
It
matter.
does matter because I want my edges. When I take my wig off, I don't want to see any.
Beyonce's been wearing these wigs for 99 and
but-
2000.
Well, she said Sacred kept her edges, so
Yeah, because
You might want to get the rice water.
I think I need
protein
some
treatment. Right.
because that was the real promo.
I start to see my my little baby hairs and my edges going away, and then I'm like, wait, what is going on? So we don't want to lose our edges, but I don't think Sacred is gonna save them. I'm sorry, Beyonce. It was a nice play, but it ain't gonna save our edges. But I love you, girl.
Listen, y'all.
I
The
think
beehive
the way
is
you
by
I'm on this
save
side.
your edges is to have a stylist taking care of your tresses. Okay,
I don't disagree.
All right,
I
'cause
agree.
it ain't
I
gonna save
agree.
Along with the little Sacred.
Right. Along with Sacred, because we are Beyonce stans. I don't want y'all coming for us in the comments. Thank you. We already heard enough.
Right.
And
But
the
yes.
king is here.
Yes, everything.
Well,
It's Sacred here.
Go to a professional. I know Neil is her hairstylist, and he is a hairstylist out of Brooklyn.
Yes, he is.
Yes,
Shout out to his
and-
salon that's located in Brooklyn
Yes,
as well,
it
too.
is. Does anybody know the name of Neil's salon? But
It's Neil Farina.
okay.
Ow.
As we should, because we're from Brooklyn, so we should know where that hairstylist out of Brooklyn is at.
I feel
And
sorry for that man.
Why?
Because I didn't know the name of the salon.
It's okay. You're not a beehive.
I didn't know.
Sorry to that man. I don't know that
Right, I
man.
don't know how to. I wouldn't even know if it walked past me in the street. I'm just joking.
So how do you think, Kierra, because I know you worked at the salon before, how do you think he got to
wow.
that level?
You
Do
was close
feel-
to Beyonce?
Yeah.
So when I worked there when it was called Follicles.
Oh.
Okay.
It was a different owner, and then Neil took it over. Neil was always, I want to say he was always Beyonce's
Yeah.
hairstylist, but then recently, well, in some of the more present years, he became like her. He was touring with her.
Right.
So
She walked in before?
she has.
Oh,
She has.
Mhm.
Her and her mother.
wow. Okay. And they go into like this private room, right? Because she ain't sitting with the
No.
common folks. Oh, she was out in the salon just getting her hair done? Oh, okay.
Well, not getting her hair done.
Oh,
She
okay.
she stopped there.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and she
Oh.
wasn't like the glamorous Beyonce that you see.
She had on a black
TV.
hoodie?
No, she didn't have on a black hoodie. It was in the summertime.
Because she
when she
always
walked
got
in.
that black hoodie
But
on.
she had her natural hair out. That's how I know that's her hair. I was like, oh, that's Beyonce's hair.
Uh-huh.
But she looked, really pale, just very,
Normal.
Regular.
regular.
Yes.
Regular schmegula girl.
Yeah.
So the girl who's talking about Beyonce bleach, she does not.
And
She's
don't.
always been a fair-skinned woman.
Right. She's Neil's son.
Yeah,
Vitamin
but the
D.
industry always in like early 2000s, it was, or even the 90s, it was that weird era of like some people came across a little bit darker, some people were a little bit lighter. At one point, she was looking the same color as Kelly Rowland. You know what I mean? So it's just like makeup has changed. A lot of
Yes.
things have changed in the industry.
Yes.
Now you don't have to put on spray tan to
Right.
look a certain way. I
Yeah.
think it's so many different layers to stuff, but she ain't bleaching.
She's not, I think to a certain extent, all the celebrities bleach. Because when you are trying to get that flawless skin, there's a lot of products that have that
Might be
agent in
get
it.
her.
the
Listen,
brightening
I
agent.
know I
Might
was
be
about to say,
get her.
the brightening
Get
agent.
that is not the same as bleaching.
Yeah.
There are products that brighten your skin.
Retinol.
They get rid.
What it
Yeah.
got? What it? How it
gets-
brighten it?
it-
How it brighten it?
It's not bleaching agents. It's
Okay.
natural agents that can get rid of
Discoloration.
discoloration and dark marks and hyperpigmentation. Baby girl, skincare is my life over here.
Right. I was about to say, that might be like, I'm still waiting for that list, y'all. But don't worry, she's going to get me together.
I have
She
the
gonna get me
regimen.
together.
I have the regimen for you.
okay.
So we're going to go ahead and doobie this up, and we're going to move into our first segment. So our first segment is Salon Etiquette 101. And in this segment, we'll be getting you all the way together and giving you the do's and the don'ts of the industry. So what does salon etiquette mean to you guys?
Ladies first.
I'm like, you want to go first?
Yes.
Salon etiquette to me is
Or even makeup etiquette, because I know you guys are primarily in makeup.
So when I originally started, I was a hairstylist. No longer, former, but
No longer for a month.
No, former.
No, I said former.
Oh, okay. Former.
Forever former.
She said, I'm never coming back. I'm never
But
coming back.
Me and Shawanda work together,
Yes.
and I just feel like it's so interesting seeing how the industry has
Changed.
Yes, has
Pivoted.
changed drastically.
Give us some
what we know-
examples.
Communication is one.
There we go.
The way that people communicate these days is not effective.
Don't worry, we got something coming up for that.
It's confrontational, and I feel like social media plays a big part in that. I feel like people don't give each other grace anymore. We're so
Nasty.
nasty towards one another, and
Is that
it wasn't like that
okay?
back in the day. But anyways, in any event, salon etiquette to me is having great communication, great customer service, which is key. Just providing an experience, being a listener, not only being a listener, but being an active listener and taking into effect what your client wants. And yeah. And being fair also, because
How about you, Daye?
I could be late, but you can't be late.
Right.
Oh,
I
Right.
can talk, but you can't talk.
right.
Right.
I get
Very
it.
one-sided.
Therapy? No therapy.
Yes, that was for my last yes. But well, go ahead, Daye. You can go ahead and tell us what you think.
I would say I would agree with her. I would say just a lot of things have changed, and I would say listening to your client is top tier. Because I think that us as creatives or people who have a vision in mind for a particular human, we see things our way, right? Naturally, because we are the expert, right?
Right.
But I think sometimes it's good to allow the customer to feel like the expert. Allowing them to tell you like, hey, I like this, but can we fuse this and this? A lot of times I get customers who like, I'm doing their makeup. They're just like, I don't like bottom liner. And I'm just like, girl, you're going to look flat underneath the eyes if we don't put something in there. So it's just like, especially you going out at nighttime, it's just like all of this powder underneath your eyes and it's no contrast.
Right.
So my meet in the middle is like eyeshadow. I'll do something eyeshadowy underneath just to create some type of dimension. So I just think that it's definitely listening to your customer or your client and just giving them ultimately what they want, because if you give them what they want, they will always come back. If you don't, baby, there's a million one hairstylists, makeup artists. There's so many people out here doing what we're doing, and maybe not to the extent that you're doing it, but if they're going to listen to them and give them what they're asking for, that's where they're going.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Listening to the clients is a little bit tricky because like you said, we are the experts.
Right.
So if you're coming to me and you, like you said, I don't do bottom line, but educating them in that moment to say, hey, you're going to look really, really flat-faced or whatever term you use. Because, see, I don't even know that term. And they don't know that term. So you have to be sure to educate them in the process to be like, okay, I understand you don't like this for this reason, but if I do this, it'll give you a better look, a more natural look.
Yeah.
And that is something that I don't think they take the time to do. Yeah. It's almost like in their head, they know the benefits of it, but they can't communicate it and express it to the clients in a way for them to understand.
Right.
So they'll shut down or they'll get an attitude and like, or they'll roll their eyes and they'll sigh. And it's like, there's no reason for that because we're in the business of, like you said, giving them what they want. But if that doesn't align what we see as a professional, we have to communicate that.
But how long did it take for you guys to get there? Because
baby.
customer speaking here, I am in the industry like you guys, but you guys are in it. And, I feel like a lot of the times and I hate to say the younger crowd, but just the ones who aren't as experienced as you guys, I feel like with time that comes. And like, how did you guys get to that point? Because you didn't just get there overnight. No. You didn't just wake up and be like, listen, the reason why your curl is not curling is because you got to use this product. Okay. Yeah. Like it wasn't always that way. So when did you guys get there?
I would say when I started working on television. So I've been working on TV for about, when was the pandemic? 2021?
2020.
2020. So I've been on television for 3 years now, and I work with a specific client. I'm her personal, so I go with her everywhere.
Okay. Okay, Neil.
Go ahead, name drop.
Okay.
Neil.
If you can.
I currently work for the Food Network. Her name is Sunny Anderson. You guys are familiar.
Okay.
I know who the Food Network is.
Hostin?
Who?
Sunny Hostin?
No, Sunny Anderson.
Okay, I don't know.
I'll show you guys later.
Is she like a light skin?
Yeah, like a caramel brown skin.
Yeah, I actually do know who that is.
Yeah, Sunny's very popular.
Yeah, I work with her.
I know that's right.
And she's taught me so much.
Oh, I
This
love
is her.
that.
Let me see.
Yes. We're going to show y'all later on, y'all.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So I had to learn because she's
Because
very
her makeup do be good.
okay.
Always.
Always.
I've been with her for 3 years now, so
We know who's behind the beat.
the king is here. That's gonna be the slogan for today.
Yes, the king is here.
Okay. She taught me that because before I used to get a little argumentative with my clients, and I would still give them the education, but it's just like you come to me because you like my style of work, you like what I'm bringing to the table. So this is what that comes with. So it wasn't until dealing with her because she's an Aries, so they have really, really, really strong personalities.
Do we?
Yes. Very, very strong personalities. I think that you guys
Yes.
can change an entire room with your energy.
That's
And that's and I think that is a
good
great
and bad
thing. It's a
thing.
good and bad thing, right? Because if you want positive energy, you go in there with
yeah.
positive energy, and it literally is infectious. When you're not.
When you're in that
I'm not-
nasty mood,
Baby, the room is upside down. The carpet's on the ceiling, and vice versa. But it was her who taught me that because she's not a big makeup person.
Okay.
However, I had to let her know that I'm glam. Like, I want you to go on
is what I do.
television looking like
Your
her.
best.
Okay. And it's like it's my name on it as well as your name. So
Right.
like we had to find a happy medium. So there's sometimes where she's cooking on the shows, she doesn't want lashes. She doesn't want certain things because she begins to sweat and it just makes her feel uncomfortable. So
Right.
those days when she's cooking, I'm like, okay, girl, we're gonna do a little mascara. But those moments where it's super high glam and she's sitting down and she's talking and she's, it's giving hair, it's giving outfit, baby, you're gonna put on these lashes. You know what I mean? And
I love that.
I've gotten to that point. Even too, she hates me doing her lips. So I let her put on her own lip liner and then I hand her the gloss of the lipstick. So I had to learn that from her. So I would
I
say
love
that
that for you.
it
I
was
love
that
that.
experience that taught me to kind of like, all right, pull back and allow the client to be the client. And maybe they need a moment to, feel like they're in control. You know what I
I'm
mean?
screwing up my face over here on the side.
Trust me. I get exactly what you're saying, but it's just like,
I
baby,
love
she's
it.
cutting my check. So it's just like, girl, you want to put on your lip liner?
Exactly.
Here you go.
Right.
And this is
However,
this is why I wanted to jump in.
Go ahead, baby.
Because you learned that from her. Is it because that check was checking?
No.
Because had it been a regular client who, you're seeing on a regular or clients that you're seeing on a regular, why did it take that moment and with her to then for the dots to connect in a sense?
So the reason why it connected with her is because one, my dream is to work on television.
Okay.
I want people to see my work. So this is a space that she's navigated for 15 years.
Right.
Okay.
This is a new space for me. So if she's teaching
She
me
was the
something,
expert in this
she's the
case.
expert in this moment. Do you understand what I mean?
Yep.
So it's just like you're telling me things, and she could have had anybody to do her
Right.
makeup. Do you know what I mean?
Anybody.
She can call anybody. I was
Right.
chosen to do her makeup.
were.
I literally had it was a referral. I came in for a week for a show because that person wasn't available. On the third day, she literally said to me, like, "You are the change that I need, so you're coming with me."
I
on the
love
next show."
that.
I love that.
And I've been with her for 3 years, so the check was definitely motivational. I'm gonna be honest. We not, because
Right.
sometimes you work with these celebrities and you're waiting for a net 30, net 60, net 140 because you ain't never see the check.
Right.
But I've learned in that aspect where this is her field, you know what I mean? So it also is, I think that as a creative or as an artist or even as a human, sometimes we have to be open to change and open
Yes.
to learning because you never, never, never stop learning.
Yes.
Ever.
That's so true.
And that moment was a learning curvature
Yes.
for me. So even now when I deal with my clients, when they be like, okay, well, I don't really want this. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. I said, this is what it would do if we did this, but if you don't want it, cool, let's move on from it.
Yes.
Shawana says that all the time.
love that.
She enjoys learning versus
Yeah.
me. I'm always like, girl, we are the best. There's nothing else to learn. We know everything. But we don't.
Aries.
right. Very much Aries energy, but it's more so like
Long and
you
strong.
have to.
Yes.
Right, very much so. I don't care. And what you gonna do about it? Nothing.
What you gonna do?
Right. So it's very much like you have to kind of like take a moment to adjust and reset.
Yeah, because in that moment, Daye was teachable.
Yes.
And
you
there
always wanted to
is so many of us out there
That are not.
teachable.
That are not.
I
Who
have
I'm
to look
talking
at
to?
the
Which
ca- I
camera
have
I'm
to look
talking
at
to?
this ca-
You're not teachable.
You're not teachable.
And I'm saying it to you.
And-
Stop. Stop being unteachable and learn
Not the
something.
pow pow.
Okay, well, she said, and learn something from this.
Yes,
Tyra
and
Banks.
you learn something from this. Right. That's exactly what
Tyra
it
Banks.
is. You have to learn. Like, that's what your industry is. You're here to, you know, the fundamentals.
Yeah.
Now you're adding layers.
Yep.
Now you're putting the onion back together so that you could be great. And I feel like I love that for you. I love that you were able to realize that, okay,
That moment.
this is the moment that I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
And this is not going the way I thought it would, even though I have all the experience. So I'm going to take my time,
Yeah.
but I'm still going to voice my opinion.
Yeah.
But passion has everything to do with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This was something
Yes.
you always wanted to do.
Yeah.
That means you're very passionate about it.
Yeah.
So if you take passion out of the industry, then
just
we
a
have a
job.
whole bunch of text messages, a whole bunch of no calls, a whole
Ooh,
bunch
child,
of
the bio
deposit
bullies
demons
and
and the bio
deposit
billies.
demons.
Like,
And we got cars being set on fire.
Did y'all see that?
So we're going to go ahead and do
Yes.
this up because, y'all, it's getting real spicy.
all right, so we are moving on to our second segment, Tangled Tales. We are detangling the mess. We'll be reading and sharing some of the craziest reviews, personal and social media stories, and giving you our feedback on the tea. So,
So,
go ahead, Jaleesa, because she love to tell a story.
I do. And this is not the story time. So, on this week's Tangled Tales, it's a real mess. A lash check had her car blown up, y'all.
Child.
Boom. By a client because she was not able to be seen. There are text messages between the lash check as well as the client that show a back and forth as the client got increasingly agitated by not being able to see the lash check. She said that the tech had her drive an hour away just to not be seen and suggested that this was not the first time that she gave her an issue to do her lashes. It seems like the client didn't have an official appointment but was trying to be squeezed in. I know you got that little squeeze in fee. Yeah, that's what she was trying to get. So,
Yeah,
thoughts?
Yeah.
Have you guys heard about this story?
Yeah. How you feel
They
about
said,
that?
"You want me to lead this?"
Because I got a lot to say.
I don't know. I didn't hear too much about the story. I briefly crossed it and I was like, lash tech's car set on fire. What the?
Yeah.
I think that it is very important to create structure.
There you go.
It is very important to create boundaries.
There you go.
If you can't do something, you need to be able to say that, you know,
And know
because-
that that's okay.
and know that that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
As far as a car blowing up, that is I'm still just like, wow.
Yeah.
Because it takes me into a space where, remember a couple of episodes ago, I told you guys the story in regards to the makeup artist who didn't have her address in her link in bio, things of that sort. So now it makes me feel like, was this person working from their home? Are they home based? And it seems like they were, right? So now that you are home based, this person is coming to your home. Are there not boundaries and things that you have set in place for these people when they start to wild out?
That's why I don't really think that working from home is the best, business practice.
I don't disagree
At all. And I
don't
get
disagree.
that in the beginning of our careers, we don't have the clientele to support our booth rent and all the things that come with it, being in a space. So I get it, but
How
when
do
you're
people take you
making that
seriously?
money, when you're making the money, I do feel like you should go into a space for security reasons, because
Right.
not every client is going to be happy with your service.
Right.
Not every client is going to respect your space and where you live. So
Yeah,
it
when we
becomes a
had
safety
the
issue.
305 episode, she mentioned that
China said it.
someone sent her a postcard to her house.
Right.
Right.
and it wasn't a nice
and
postcard
said her
either.
real name on the postcard.
Yeah.
She does not go by her real name. She goes by China. And they sent her real name to her real address with a real postcard. That, yeah.
I would be a little nervous.
So I'm gonna be guilty here. I do have a home studio. I have a 3-bedroom apartment, and one of my rooms is my makeup studio.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is why I don't have a booking site. This is why I don't just take anyone. If it is not a referral from a long-standing client, I
Yes.
do not play those games.
Do you travel?
I travel. Yes, I do. But
Okay.
the thing is, a lot of people, when it comes to money-wise, because let me tell you something, I'm frugal. I like to save as well. But someone would rather come to you than to have you travel to them, because I charge a fee to even leave my house.
Right.
I
Of
charge
course.
you have to pay my travel to and from, and I'm not, do
Correct.
not come pick me up.
Right.
You need to send a
Right.
car.
Right.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
this is one of the reasons why I don't have a booking site. B, I don't just take anyone if it's not a referral, because of things like this. Like, That's absurd to me.
Yes.
And it's like you do have to protect your space. You do have to protect your just like your livelihood. Because imagine someone coming to your house and doing something crazy. But
Like
I
blowing
just
up your
think that
car.
right. But I do think, like, to your point, I do think that at some point you should have an establishment or things of that nature.
Yeah.
But I think that for those of like me, I travel a lot.
Yes.
So for me to even waste my money getting a booth somewhere,
Yes.
I would be irritated paying whatever that rate is.
I'm gonna combat
and I'm
you with
never,
that.
and I'm never there. Granted, I probably can make the money to pay for it, but I have a space in my home which is sacred. Sacred to me, and I only take my like long-standing private clients. I do not like if someone hits me up and it's a random, hey, do you mind if I travel to you? And I just put that out there. Like, no one comes to my house. My mom knows the people that come to my house. That's how long they've been my clients. You know what I mean?
So what about
like,
a daily rate? What about if you were able to adjust your schedules so that you were able to take other people and went to a salon or a space at a daily rate? That way you didn't have to worry about because my main concern is protection.
Yeah.
Right? I'm seeing her throw this gas on this car and setting the fire and walking away as if it was normal.
Yeah, well, I think Daye is a little different in this conversation because, like he said, he only sees
Specific
clients that he's known forever.
So you don't open your books.
I done been
No books.
I've
He
been
has
through
no booking site.
Yeah, I've been through their
he's
first
very
babies, second
exclusive.
babies.
Yes.
Yeah, like I know the family. Like if I just did one of my friends the other day. We went to elementary school with each other. You know what I mean? I know both her babies. She just had a kid. You know what I mean? Like if it's not on that type of level, I'm not. And then in the event that I need to do someone's makeup, I go to them.
Yeah.
They can't come to my house
So-
because
Okay.
I don't.
So
I don't
his
know.
That changes the
structure
dynamics,
Is
yeah.
set up. His boundaries are
Is in place.
Is in place.
I don't play that.
He don't play
And ain't
that.
no gasoline, no gasolina.
My mother's
It's gonna be
Haitian.
your El Caro.
I'm gonna go right upstairs to her apartment. Mommy, get her. I said.
Yes, they
Okay.
gonna listen. All you gotta do is send one letter. They gonna turn you to a goat. You better stop playing.
Okay.
My girlfriend, one of my good girlfriends, is Haitian, and
Oh,
she always said, "Baby, please do not play with me because I will send my grandmother a letter and I will turn you to a chicken by the time you wake up in the morning. Stop
Oh
playing
my
with
God,
me."
a chicken goes crazy.
Yes,
I
yes.
love it.
I love it though. I love it, but it also lets people know like. Don't
I'm
play
not the
with
one,
you.
2, or 3.
Or 3.
Right.
I am not that one.
Know your numbers. I'm not neither.
And I love it. So
how do you think it got here? Do you think it's because
Yeah,
she
that was
had
gonna
a
be my
lack
next
of
question.
boundaries, or
sure.
the
For
text,
sure.
the text going back and forth? It was like the client was like, "Hey, I'm outside. You won't see me yet?" Hey, and time goes by, and then the stylist is like, "Hey, I'm still doing someone," but I never saw her say no.
You
I
never saw
cannot
her say,
take
"No,
you.
I can't take you."
I also saw in the chat that she had mentioned that you always do this. So it was a reoccurring thing. Here's my thing. You got but one good time.
Before I clip you.
Yes.
Maybe 2. Maybe 2. We're gonna give you a little seasoning. You know, it builds character. But after that second time, I don't want to deal with you because I know that either like if you're consistently late and I'm waiting on you, or if you got makeup. I mean, if you have like breadcrumbs and you over here doing my eyeshadow, like I know that you're not gonna be the one for me. The issue that arises, and I say this from episode 1 till now, the clients, y'all gotta stop going.
It's hard though, baby girl. Let me tell you something. I have
Ooh, I
been.
rolled the good. Listen, I got the
It's
people
so
going. All
hard.
fingers went up.
I have a barber, mind you, yesterday pissed me off. So I've been going to this barber since I was 14 years old. I am 32 now.
Okay.
And baby,
Talk about
no
loyalty.
man cuts my hair like this man. Let me tell you something. This man deserves fellatio the way he cuts my hair sometimes. Okay? I don't care if I gotta go get it for him or if I have to present it for him.
That's how I feel about Shawanda.
My older sister said that to me. She was like, I don't know what you be doing to your barber, but he always hooks your hair up. Don't look at it now. He was not available yesterday.
Okay.
But it's difficult because when you know someone is going to give you the look that you are looking for, and you sometimes it's about convenience. Sometimes it's about you went to other people and you experienced it. And it's just like this is not what
It's
I
not
want. Like
it.
this person can give me this, although they're annoying. They're always late. Like for me, before I went to Dublin for work in December, I literally told this man I was going for the month. I need a haircut.
Right.
While he was in Trinidad, talking about I'm not coming back until Sunday.
Not a Trini. I could have told you already. That wasn't going to work out. So I'm like, wait, when were you in Dublin? What month was
December.
that? we take Christmases
Right.
very seriously.
But he told me he was coming back Sunday. So
Lies.
Monday I was leaving. So I'm like, all right,
Okay,
cool. Sunday I'm good. I'm going to pack all my stuff. I'm going to go get my hair cut and I'm Gucci.
He whining low. In
Sunday morning,
effect.
homie texted me. He said, hey, yeah, I'm not going to make it. I
boo.
said,
Not the hate
do you know
text.
I could have booked someone
Yeah.
to do my hair? So keep in mind now, I'm like, I'm going to fix you because I'm the type of person, you do me right when it comes to my hair, my nails or whatever. I'm a over tipper. I'm going to take care of you.
As you should.
And I know he missed those tips because I stopped going to him for 2 months. And I went to someone else.
I put my
I put him on punishment. Sometimes you got to teach them a lesson.
That's so true.
I was gone for 2 months, and he's texting me, "Yo, bro, where you at? Oh, you missing the tip?
Oh,
you missing the coin?
Right.
The king is not coming back for a while."
Period. The king is no longer here.
in those moments, did you express?
Oh, baby, I let
Okay.
him hold it, and in the most respectful way, I said,
Yep.
"Let me tell you something. I'm a regular client of yours.
Yep.
I come to you once a week because I can't be going outside looking crazy. I can't be doing my clients'
You have a
makeup
whole
looking
face,
crazy.
yes.
I have a whole look to obtain
Yes.
and to preserve and to keep up. So I need to get a haircut.
Yep.
So I had to express to him. I said, "Listen, when you're leaving town, I think I'm one of the people that you should text. Like, hey, did you want to come get a cut? Because I'm leaving before this time and this time. You need to come between this time and this time because." I'm a loyal client. I've been coming to you since I was 14 and I always take care of you.
Right.
So now I have to, it's a learning moment for him. And keep in mind, he's West Indian, he's young. Baby, he ain't trying to hear that.
Right.
But it wasn't until a
Right.
week later when he texted me, he was like, I just want to let you know, I appreciate you for that conversation last time.
He probably he probably went home, spoke it over with his companion, was like, you're wrong
No, yeah.
and they're right.
Yeah.
You gotta apologize.
But sometimes
I
it's
love
about having those conversations
Having
with
the
them, though.
conversation
Yes.
as the client to the stylist. It's okay. That's his business, but you are in his business because you support his business. So you can give him some feedback on how it is that you need to be treated as a client.
Yep.
And I know there's so many clients that want to teach me things, but I feel like they haven't gone about it in the way you have. I think the way you went about it was very professional. Like you said, it was straight to the point. You didn't leave no areas of confusion.
He was talking about girls, and I said, let me talk to you about something real fast. Segue right into that.
Right. Like, let me just make sure that we are at an understanding and you get it because I don't want to leave. I don't want to find
Y'all are
another
giving this
barber.
crazy client a lot of
No,
grace.
that
No,
client.
that's a different
That's a
situation,
whole
child.
different
She needs to be in jail.
Listen, we done transitioned and went over to the good
Listen,
side.
I'm just saying because
Mike B said, bring it back together, guys.
Yes.
Bring it back.
because yes, there is explaining and telling and da da da. But she was harassing this lady via text while she was doing other clients, and then blew her car up. So she clearly was already crazy. It seemed to me like the stylist, the lash tech, didn't want to deal with her and probably maybe had her blocked. She
Yeah,
didn't
she
know.
should have said that.
She should have said
Yes.
that.
She should have said
She
that.
should have said that. Be very clear. Because let me tell you
You
something.
don't
I
know
had
who
one
you dealing
client,
with.
and child, if she watches this, who cares?
It don't
But
even matter
baby,
at this point.
she was jumping up and down and like shouting and praying and doing all that. And I'm a 7-day Adventist.
Yes.
I grew up 7-day Adventist Christian. So I believe in God and all of those things.
But you're doing too much.
She was doing the most. And I told her, I said, baby girl, let me tell you something. You can't come here no more.
Yeah.
And right before her appointment ended, she tipped me. She paid whatever she paid. And I said, baby girl, you cannot come here no more.
And that's amazing.
Maybe her face was so good that she got the spirit.
No, she was doing it before. She's like, I want a double wing line or something. I said, baby, you gonna do it yourself in 2 seconds if you don't sit still.
Right.
What about the makeup artist X? What about the clients that be like this?
Put your phone down.
Look, what I said. Everybody gotta get lit.
Oh, I always tell them, I
So
said,
what
do
do
you
they
want your
do?
phone
I
broken?
have for the
Courtesy.
people who
I
are
have
not,
courtesy.
not watching us. What are they doing? When they're doing their makeup?
So the
When you-
X. What are the X?
Yes.
What does that mean? You got a voice to the ones who not
The
listening.
things that
No
makeup
watching.
artists hate, it makes it really hard for us to do our job.
Mm-hmm.
Or the ones that'll be like, you're doing the wing line and they'll be like, hold on one second. Yeah, so I'm like,
Get on the phone.
or the blinking, or the girls at Tia.
But in your booking bio, do you say, "Hey,
No
no
phone.
phones"?
I'm not a bio bully.
Okay.
So I don't, I'm not like, you can't do this, you can't do that. You can't. It is encouraged that you do not use your phone.
I love that word.
It
Yes.
makes it hard for me to do my job,
Yes.
you know?
Or maybe that could be something that can be disclosed in the beginning
Yeah,
before
the
their service.
service.
Like,
Do
hey,
you
so
have
we're
any
about to
phone
start.
calls?
If you have any phone calls or anything you want to catch
I love
before
that.
we start.
Yeah. I love that.
Because once
Or-
we start, I'm going to go ahead and have you put your phone away.
Or I could take the basket and confiscate. Put it in here.
I love the energy. I love the energy.
But you know, sometimes people want to be fluffed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to be.
You got a style step.
Yes. Clients want to be fluffed. They
Yeah.
do. They want the smiles. They want the, they want the professionalism, so to speak. So it makes your job easier now when you just tell them, hey, we about to start. Go ahead and put that away from me.
Yes. I
And
love
now
that.
you don't got to worry about them.
Trying to catch
Because that's me. I ain't going to hold y'all.
no,
y'all.
you.
That's
No,
me.
that is her.
This is me. Because I'll be like this. I'll have my phone up and I'll be like, I just have to go ahead and send this message. Or I'll do voice to
Baby,
text.
you could
like,
get out my chair.
Yes, thank
and
you.
I try, and I definitely try. And if someone, whoever is offering that service, lets me know that makes them uncomfortable, immediately I'm stopping.
But you should know. You know better because you're learning it now. So don't do it again.
Yeah,
and
we're
will.
teaching you.
Okay.
And still will.
Brooklyn makeup
I'm
artist.
trying. I'm trying. Listen, healing.
No,
Okay,
it
I'm
doesn't
trying.
matter. Following rules. Follow rules. It's different
Is
from
that a
healing.
rule?
It
Yeah,
is a
it is a
rule.
rule.
It's
I
a
do not play that
courtesy.
with
It's an unsaid rule, but it's a rule.
It's courtesy.
Yes, guys.
Because when we were doing makeup together one time and she pulls out her phone and I'm sitting on the side and I'm like, put your phone away. Because I know if someone's working on my face, I need to sit still. I need to hold my head up straight. And now if I have my phone, that's going to kind of
But my
deter me
makeup
from-
artist at the time, she said I was holding it at an angle
She
that
said it
made
was
her
okay for her.
comfortable.
She definitely did say that. It wasn't Kierra.
Yes, it was.
wasn't Kierra.
It was Kierra.
It was not.
I'm telling you, you were sitting across from me on the lash bed.
Kierra, was it you?
And
don't think so.
Kierra
Okay,
said
thank you.
she has it at an angle to where I'm working around her so it doesn't bother me.
We're not going to argue on this show because it wasn't her. She knows it wasn't her.
Okay, well, maybe it was done more than once.
Well, the Daye Xperience said no.
Right.
Put the phone down.
Well,
Because if you want that flawless makeup, you don't want your under eyes to crease, baby. I can't have you looking down while the concealer is drying.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, put the
Another
phone
thing
away.
that grinds my gears is when people look directly in my eyes while I'm doing their lip liner.
Really?
Oh my God. And as a gay man, it is so uncomfortable because I have some of my clients who be like, yo, I would. And I'm like, and I just smile because I'm just like, girl, don't you even say
Say it, because now you're going to make me squirm.
Yeah, I'm getting, it's cringy.
Right.
And when they look at me direct, like I had this one girl, she literally looks me dead in my eyes. And I'd be like, go ahead and look down for me. Very respectful. Go ahead and look
Well,
down
you're
for me.
very handsome.
Not
So
trying to seduce you.
I can see how it's tantalizing.
Baby,
like I just want to
it's so
stare into your
uncomfortable.
eyes, and you have beautiful eyes
Thank
too.
you. But it's so weird when I'm literally doing lip liner and they're just like, and I'm like, just go ahead and look
Is
down
that
for
an
me.
ick for you, Kierra?
It's creepy.
It is.
And I get it from both sides. Like even as a brow artist, I'm tinting someone and they're like,
Wow.
don't do
That's
that.
so
Look down.
weird.
Go ahead and look down for me.
But that's me though. Now that I think about it, I
Oh,
don't
you look
even
people in
like
their eyes?
I don't even like to look at clients in their eyes. Like
Okay.
I look at their head, and if I have to look at their face, it makes me nervous.
Yeah.
It's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It very much is, and I don't know because everything to me is a joke. So like, I don't know how to
That's the
joke.
Aries energy.
I don't
That's
know
so unserious.
how to joke my way out of it.
that.
Right. To the point where like when I am serious, everybody's like, whoa, what's happening? Like,
Yeah.
so it's very much like, I don't know. So just stop looking at me. Stop looking in my eyes.
You're making me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Okay,
like-
that's a little better. As for the client who blew up the car, I will say that I have to say that the lash tech was at fault.
Yes.
Yes.
And I the first thing you see is text messages on top of text messages on top of text messages.
How you even
When are you
texting
gonna
and
pick
doing?
up the phone?
I don't even pick up my phone when I'm working.
If I have a client who seems to be a little agitated, annoyed by the wait time, I'm gonna walk to them and have that conversation like, hey, or in that case, she was outside, I would have went outside. Hey, what are you doing here, girl? I didn't give you an appointment. So for me to be up in my suite or my house and I'm texting her knowing she's downstairs, it gets a little weird.
But she
because-
did say to her, she said that you can come here, and she asked her, "Will I be seen once I get here?" She didn't answer.
Yeah, she never said, yes, you can come.
Right.
She never said, no, you can't come. And so the client took it upon herself to drive the hour and then get upset. I mean, the client is obviously,
Cuckoo for
everybody
Cocoa
knows
Puffs.
she's cuckoo. But yeah, I
I don't
can
know if
see.
cuckoo is the word. She's just a person.
No, she
Yeah,
makes
she's
you
irritated.
No, you
No,
doused the car
there's a lot of-
in lighter fluid and then set
And
it
then
on fire.
set it on fire and walked away as if it
Yeah.
was normal, like
Yeah,
he
you're
didn't want to
right.
exhale. Like, what's going on.
Keep in mind that some people's triggers are, this has happened to her multiple times, as she said in the messages.
She did.
So at this point, she's fed up.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
Why-
So we also
You're
don't
outta
know.
here.
Why was
we
she
don't-
driving around with lighter fluid to begin
Because she
with?
probably
Went
is.
to the gas station and bought it. She probably went up
Nah,
the block
that's
and
true. Why
bought
did
it.
she have lighter fluid?
Yeah, this is very true. However,
Teaching lessons.
Right, however,
we have to understand that everybody is different.
Yep.
And I don't know what your trigger
Triggers are.
is or
Exactly.
what may tick you off to the point where you will do something like this. And it's like a simple, hey, I do not have an appointment for today.
Yep.
I can see you on this day.
Yes.
But it's that leaving her in limbo.
Yep.
She's sitting outside. Maybe she's been through something like that with an ex before. We have to understand that people are human and they go through certain things. So you probably triggered her.
Yep.
And granted, not saying that you're 100% at fault, but I'm going to say
Right.
50-50, baby.
Yep.
Because you should have said, baby, no appointment.
No.
You didn't
Hard
book,
stop.
no appointment. I can't see you today.
Period.
But now instead,
Yeah.
now you're gagging because she light your car on fire.
Yeah.
So have you guys ever had a similar experience?
So I too have a home studio, which
Works,
you,
sis.
yeah,
Look,
which you guys have been here, and
I was waiting for it
you
to come
guys
out.
can probably attest to the client experience when
Yeah.
you do come to my house. I hope you guys are comfortable. You do
Yeah.
continue to come back.
And when it
so-
came back.
yeah, right. But honestly, when I get up before I start my work day, I just pray that I attract positive energy. I haven't had anyone. I haven't had I have had somebody that was disgruntled, but
Not to the point.
the people need to understand that no is a complete sentence.
Yes.
It
It
is.
doesn't require
There's
any
nothing else that
explanation.
goes on afterwards.
I had a girl, I was doing her makeup for her baby shower. Her appointment time came,
And she didn't?
no text. She didn't let me know anything.
So you went about your
It's not
business.
my responsibility to contact you. So she showed,
It
It
is.
is.
It is.
It is.
well, okay.
For the
Well,
customer
I-
experience, it is.
Okay.
Hey, is everything
so
okay?
I did a count, but I didn't contact her. And she showed up at my door like an hour and a half later. And she
Oh,
was like,
nah, she's
she said
bugging.
I was stuck at the salon. And I'm like, but
You didn't say
you
anything.
didn't say anything, so I figured you wasn't coming.
Right.
And she was like, okay, so are you going to take me? And I was like,
No.
You said no to a pregnant lady?
Ooh, she got a star on that eye.
She had to put a little makeup over it anyway.
know.
I was
So it don't
like,
matter.
No,
No.
I mean, it was
No.
almost 2 hours later.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
no, because I feel
would've
like
charged that
that's
as a
a
fee.
lack of
Right.
respect for my home, for my business.
Yes.
I don't do that. I mean, I was late today, but sorry. But yeah, I try to consider people's time, and
She wasn't. So
an
how
hour
did
and a
she
half,
take
2
it?
hours. She stood there and stared at me for a little bit, like, "Are
And
you
you
serious?"
stared back?
Wait, this was
And I
face to
just
face?
like,
Yeah,
it
she
was
came
face
to
to
the
face.
house.
Girl, I thought this was
You're
over
a
the
legend.
phone.
She's a
said-
legend.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Can't. See?
And we was having an ultimate stare off, like,
Now,
Not a
would
blink
this
first.
have happened with you, Shawanda? How would you have dealt with this situation?
I love Kierra, and I love her honesty and how she's very much transparent and how she wanted to handle herself in that moment. But I wouldn't have done that because I don't think that's going to benefit the business and my brand.
Now,
in
are
any
you
way.
not upholding your boundaries?
Right, because she has a boundary.
There you
Yes,
go.
but if you would have communicated to her prior that she's past her appointment time,
That's common sense.
okay,
It is.
right. She's past her appointment time, but as for Kierra, she already knew she wasn't seeing her if she showed up late.
But
get it?
is that on
But
your booking site? Like after a certain amount of time, your appointment will be canceled?
I mean, but
So then
that's
I
2
don't need to
hours.
talk to you about that then.
it is.
I disagree. I think that, so for me, if it were me,
Yes.
I would have taken her.
Yes.
Because one, if I didn't have any other things, if I wasn't doing anything, or not saying that you had something to do, but if it were me, if I
packed up already.
I would have done her for courtesy, right?
Yes.
And I would have been very clear that it's going to be an additional fee
Yes.
because of the waiting time.
inconvenience.
2, I also would have never taken her again.
Right.
I would have made that very clear, like, hey, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to terminate this relationship or this customer, client relationship because of the lack of respect for my time.
Yep.
However, I definitely would have texted her like, hey, is everything okay? Blase, blase, blah. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel the both
That
of you
is
guys.
how-
I feel the both of you.
yeah.
Like I feel Kierra because
Yes.
I would have done the same thing.
Okay.
Because
I would have did the same exact thing. However, if now I would have called my friend and been like, "Girl, let me tell you what this client did," and she would have said, "Well, and then the wheels would have started turning. And if I didn't have even if I would have packed up after the conversation with Shawanda, I would have definitely charged her $150 fee.
Yeah.
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 And then
That would've
now
been
it's up to
opportunity.
you.
Yeah.
Now it's up to you. You
Yeah.
want to pay me for my time?
Yeah.
That $150 is gonna buy me a drink. It's gonna put gas in my car. It's gonna account for something because you had me sitting here waiting for
Yeah.
you with
But
no
I-
communication.
I also, go ahead, baby.
What was I gonna say?
You don't feel it? You don't
What?
feel you don't
No,
feel
I mean, I definitely, like, now that we're sitting and talking
you're
about
talking
it,
it out.
reflecting, there are other ways that I could have handled it.
Yes.
But I also feel like you teach people how to treat
you.
you. You understand? So if I let it slide this time,
Mm-hmm.
what's gonna prevent it from happening again?
It's not because we terminating the
We're terminating the
relationship.
relationship at
Yeah.
this
So
point.
it's
Let me-
not gonna happen again.
I don't give people second chances
And
when it comes
what-
to booking me.
Right. And what stops you? What stops a crazy person from lighting your car on fire at home or at the shop?
nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing
It
at all.
doesn't. But it's not at your home. So now I lit your car on fire. So now I'm coming back to light your house on fire.
All your
Like,
business.
But I think it's the conversations too. Like, how,
I'd rather be my business. I have some place to sleep at night. I can always work from my home. Like, come on.
I know.
I think it's the way that you handle people sometimes too. Because let me tell you something. I have got into an altercation with someone at the gym the other day. And I mind my business when I go to the gym. I'm very in my own world. I don't pay attention. It's me and my trainer. And long story short, she basically called me the F word. And I'm just like, in my mind, in 2024, you think
Why
that
we
that
doing
is
that?
a,
Right.
like,
That ain't not, like, my wife probably gonna do that.
So I say all of that to say in that moment, I had to choose my energy.
Yeah.
So I had to choose whether I was going to go off on this lady and let her hold it and tell her that she had no edges, or I could smile at you and keep it pushing because you're not worth my energy and my time.
Yeah.
So I think that in moments,
Especially because you're on the Food Network.
right, in moments like that, it's choosing your energy. So it's like, hey, this is what this is. This is what this isn't. And let me tell you something. I love a coin.
I'm
So
healing, y'all.
You late?
Yes.
I'm going to charge you for whatever you charge it for, and you still got to pay that fee from before. So it's up
Right.
to you. But if I say it in a way that's nice and it's pleasant,
Yes.
you might still be upset, but you
But you
gonna
gonna
eat
pay.
that.
Yeah.
You gonna eat that
Yes.
because of the way that I spoke to you.
Yes.
Now, if I'm sitting here having a stare-off contest with you,
Right.
you gonna want to buck up and go get the gasoline and the, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Finally got my music
Oh, the music.
I got you, sis, but I think that us as
Siri,
people,
mind your business.
Okay, she in the conversation too. I
Right.
think us as humans, we have to learn how to choose our energy.
yes.
We gotta choose our energy
Yes.
because
That's a
now
word.
me going back and forth with somebody, you done pissed me off. Now I'm mad for the day.
Yeah.
That's definitely a clip
If
right
I
there.
chose my energy and I decided to come at you like, hey, I understand that you were stuck at the hair salon for whatever reason, but unfortunately, if I take you at this moment in time, it's going to be an additional $150.
Period.
Is that okay with you?
Yep.
And
Okay,
now
let's
you
go.
gave them, and now
An
you
option.
gave them the choice.
An
So
option.
now she could be like, "I'm not paying you no $150,"
Have a
and
good
now it's
day.
your fault.
Yeah.
because you decided not to pay the
Bye,
fee.
bye, bye.
Bye, bye. Right. So that's it. Oh my God, that was so good.
Well, yes, and I love that, just sitting here talking through it gave a learning
Experience.
because having mentors is very important in our profession.
And that was
because
gonna be
we
my
out
next
here
thing.
doing it and we're thinking we're doing
Mentors
it.
and
Or
peers.
you think you got it all together because I know you would consider yourself a professional makeup artist. Now when she go and tell that story to her homegirl, you might not come across as that. So
Right.
it's just those little things of not knowing and being able to talk it through with other people, other peers that's in the industry and that's why we have the show.
And that's what this show is
Right.
all about.
We need to
it's
talk it
about
through sometimes.
talking things through. It's about building a community for all walks of cosmetology,
Yes.
whether that be makeup, facials, hair. Like, I want everybody to take this space as a safe space to be able to say, "Hey, I did this," but be comfortable enough. And I applaud you, Kierra, for being
Yep.
so mature
Yep.
and receiving this feedback
Right.
and receiving it, and not saying, "Well, fuck out of here, y'all know what y'all talking about." Like, you could
She probably said that in her head.
Right, you could have
I'm just
definitely
joking.
said that, but you didn't. You received the information, and you even said, now that I'm talking it out, I could have handled that differently.
Yeah.
And that's all what this show is about.
Yeah.
So, y'all, we're not trying to put up those boundaries and blinders. We're trying to bring us together.
Right. So
Yeah.
that way we don't have to have such, deep ones. Okay, so since we did discuss some of the things that we usually talk about in our next segment, which was standing on business, because you broke down what icks you. We talked about Kierra and a stare-off match, and we talked through the benefits of having, mentors or people in the same light, just sharing things so that way we are not just out here doing things like we are doing it. So we're going to move on to Everyone Wants 100%. In this segment, we talk about how everyone wants to walk away with 100%, but the reality is that the math is never mathing. 100% may not be realistic, but we know some ways to get you close as possible. Get your pens out because we're going to take you to school. So how do we get to 100%, guys? How? If you really
No
think
trick
about
question and no wrong answer.
No, yeah, because if you really think about it, right? We talk about coins and saving money here, and not having chairs in salons, and just, the basis of the industry, we want to make the money. And it can be very expensive, so how do we get to 100%? Because realistically, we can never get to 100% because we have to pay for products. We're going to have to shell out money somewhere. But it always looks better when there is no overhead or someone you're not giving some of your money to. And I think people get a little confused into thinking, well, I'm making all the money for myself. So it's not real. It's not really you making the money for yourself because you're running a business. So how can we kind of change the narrative and the way people think on that 100%?
We got the minds going,
I
y'all.
know.
We got the minds going. Daye, do you have any thoughts?
Do you feel like you get 100% now?
No,
Right.
definitely not. I'm definitely working on that, and
Yes.
that's something. And that's so crazy. Like when I tuned
The
into,
gag is you're not.
Okay, the gag is when I tuned into the live and you were talking about it, and I was just like, I literally was having this conversation with my mom 2 days before about how can I maximize on everything that it is that I'm doing?
Right.
And I think that it is just authentically finding your niche and understanding what it is that you need to do to bring all of your, I would say all of your dreams to the floor, right? So for me, I want to be an influencer. I want to be a model, makeup artist, all of these things that I'm already tapping into. So for me, it's just finding that one thing, pivoting that forward, and then everything else will kind of fall into play. You know what I mean? Because it's
understand.
for me, I can't focus on more than one thing at one time. So
Really?
no, I can't. Some people have that in them where they I can be a model, I can be an actor, I can do this, I can do that. Not me. So for me, I always
One at a time.
knew my entry into the industry was going to be my makeup. It was a talent that God gave me. Now my passion, on the other hand, is being a model, taking photos and, being in front of the camera. So I know that is going to be my segue. So I say all of that to say putting literally 110% into that one thing that it is that you want to do. I think that we divide a lot of our time into doing so many different things. So it's those of us who have kids, now I got to put 30% into my kids. Not saying that that's the number, but I'm just saying, 30% into my kids, 20% into my business. Then if you got a man, they taking another percentage. So it's just it's finding those moments where,
much.
it's 7 days in a week, finding maybe that one day
For you.
to pour that 100% into what it is that you want to do.
I love this. I love that.
That's
You just spoke everything that goes on in my brain.
Yeah, and you kind of hit all the bullet points
Every
and
single
how I wanted to
one.
break it down. So you really, you took that 100% and you flipped it and you made it about you as the artist versus, what everyone wants to take away. It's always about taking away what they can get back from it when you're not even putting in half of the work. You're not even putting in half.
A lot of these people do that.
Come on now. How can you get to that goal of 100%? And you, like you said, is being focused in that one area so that way it can take you to other places. And I think that's dope. Yeah.
How about you, Kierra?
Yeah.
So for me, standing on business would be, for me to reach to 100%, I want to be an educator.
Okay.
I
can see that.
Yeah, people have reached out to me and was like, girl, why you don't do a class? But I feel like I just have so much going on because,
Life.
permanent makeup, life, wife, kids,
It's hard.
it is. It's hard to balance sometimes. You know, I
Yes.
try to, stay on top of it. But sometimes I have my moments and I'm just like,
What am I doing? How am I going to do this? But that's what I think mentorship is for. But
yeah, it's definitely important for you to have a mentor, somebody that you can speak to and use as a resource. to give advice because we're kind of just, making our way through this industry and just learning as we go. You're always learning. But for me, I think when I've reached 100%, it would definitely be me teaching makeup classes, me being a permanent makeup trainer.
Okay.
Also mentorship. I never even knew. I mean, I knew that people were doing things like that, but I have a brow mentor that charges me for access to her. And she kind of,
called
if I have any
Patreon.
questions, if I have questions, or she'll constantly send me videos, resources, products, things that I could buy to kind of level up my business. And it's super resourceful. And I was just like, I never even knew that was like a avenue that people took, but
Yeah.
that's definitely. I mean, I'm very passionate about doing makeup, but I do think that as the years go on, I'll probably start to, channel into the
Other
PMU industry of it. But yeah.
Well, I think that how do you feel having to pay for the advice? Does that make you feel any kind of way?
No, because
No?
I feel like you
That's
have to
our
pay for
business.
people's time.
That's
And I don't disagree because you
Yeah.
won't pay me
For my
giving.
information.
Yes,
It's so funny because I'm in like this Facebook forum group.
Yes.
And I reached out. I wrote something asking for advice, and I was getting such nasty. I call them brow snobs. I was getting nasty, feedback, and I'm like, damn, why y'all like this? And she was the one that reached out to me and was like, hey, I can help you. Super nice. She was like, this is my Instagram. Feel free to reach out. So we texting back and forth, and then she was like, I do have to let you know that I offer mentorship, and it costs such and such a month. Would you like me to send you an invoice? And I was like,
Ooh.
Right. But I do like that she didn't lead with that.
boundaries.
no, she's very.
She didn't lead with that. So if you had like one or two questions, she answered the one or two questions, and you would have been better off and went off on your way. But when she realized, like, okay, you need a little more one-on-one, she said, well, okay. I
And
think
she's
that's
super
respectful.
honest.
That would be something Mike B would do.
I
That's
know.
why she liked it.
I love
Absolutely.
that she grabbed you out of the pool of
the
the
brown, the
like-
brown, the brown booties.
Brown bitches.
Yeah, the brown bitches.
I was like, whew.
Baby, I'll be in that group so I could go in there and carry. I got time today.
Yeah.
Don't be mean to my friend. Look at you.
Like, but I do feel like people can be a little more, they can be nicer with people who need the information.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, oh, I can do this and I can help here.
Because
And then
no one was born an expert.
no one was born an expert, but Jaleesa always wants to fight me because I'm always willing to be so helpful in some moments. It's like, girl,
But somebody has to do it. I think
someone
that
Jesus.
I wouldn't have gotten to where
Girl,
I'm at
stop.
if it wasn't for someone giving knowledge to me or giving me a chance. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think that at some
Why
point,
do you guys have to be the sacrificial lamb? Why?
Well, there has to
For the
be.
gay?
there has to be.
There has
No,
to be.
let me tell you why.
Tell me why, sis.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'm going to tell you afterwards.
Okay.
However, I feel as though the same way that the young lady answered your questions, because some people are takers. They're just going to take. And you guys are the ones who's going to always give, because you don't know how to say no.
No,
No.
but it doesn't come from a place of that. Sometimes it's from a place of just wanting to help. Like, I
Yes.
don't need to get, I feel like I'm going to be blessed
Either way.
either way because God sees me. He
knows my heart.
My heart, and He knows who I am.
And it's time for you
Oh, okay.
to start receiving those said blessings.
But I think it's a
me now.
double-edged sword because there's sometimes where it's just like I've learned to like I know when someone's like just using me versus when someone genuinely has questions about something. You know
You
what I mean?
definitely need
Like,
discernment in
yes.
those moments.
I like that word. Whatever that word is that Mike B
Discernment.
said,
You
I
don't
like
go to
that
church
one.
much.
Okay.
I like that one. I do.
Discernment.
Because it's no way, like, you got to be able to funnel through the foolishness.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to be where I love what she did. She answered your questions, and then she also said, by the way, if you need a little bit more help, go ahead and pass me that coin.
Yes.
And there's nothing
wrong
wrong
with
with
that.
that.
It's not.
I don't have anything wrong with that. But to give all the information away for free all the time.
But what,
I feel-
but
I
what
feel
are we
it.
gatekeeping though?
Right.
Exactly.
What are we gatekeeping?
Because we are a
Because
community
what's
of
for you
people
is
who
for you
need-
anyway.
Yeah.
So
Let me tell you something.
you could get all the
and I
tips
say
and
this,
tricks.
somebody made a comment to me in the gym today, like, you know, your makeup is amazing, but there's so many makeup artists out here, and it's no shade to no makeup artists. I don't see nobody.
Right, that is true.
My lane is my lane,
Your
and
lane
that
is
is
your
it.
lane.
That's
And
true.
God is going to
Not
take me to...
everybody got the secret sauce.
Right. God is going to take me to where I need to be. And just because I taught you something I learned, it's not going to be the same way that I did
Right.
it.
True.
You going to put your own spin on it. It's like a recipe, your grandmother recipe. Are you going to cook her cornbread the way she cooks the
No,
cornbread?
I'm not.
You're not.
Right.
My
And she can
oxtail
give
don't
you-
come out like my mother
She's going to give you
oxtail.
all the tools and all the zhuzh, and it's never going to come out the same.
Right.
It cannot be duplicated. It cannot. So it's just like you holding on to that information for what?
For
what does
what?
it do?
Right.
What does it do?
It
I
doesn't do
ain't say
anything.
hold on to everything.
hold
I
on
said
to
give the 2 for free and the rest for me. That's what
You want a
I
good
said.
piece of the biscuit.
Right.
A combo.
Right. Keep the 2 and the rest is for me. Like, come
Okay.
on, we gotta give.
One hash wash the other.
One hand washes the other. Like, do you know how many people are gonna watch this episode and receive so much from it? And this is all for the free.
$3.99.
Right? So now what
Y'all can
happens to the
invoice me, though.
people? Right. So I was just about to get there. So what happens to the people who want more? Who want to be in my space? Who want to retain everything that you guys have? Then what?
Free workshops for everyone.
Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras.
This is not sacred. I'm sorry.
Free for everyone. You get a class. You get a class.
We
you
should
get
do
a
a
class.
workshop right now. Why not
Yeah.
do the first one for free?
Yeah.
And baby, get them people in there.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't
Not
disagree
y'all with
with
this
that.
gateway drug information. Like, you get the first one for free. When you hook, you come
Introducing,
back.
you know, and then afterwards you get the
Yeah, see,
royalty.
we learned something from Kierra, little.
Yes.
I
I
reel
never-
them in.
Right. I never knew that was a thing. I was like, mentorship.
But that has always been a thing. So I do too many things. So
Okay.
one of the things that I have
Multiple
done
hats.
too much. So one of the things that I did do was reselling, and there were a lot of resellers that I was watching that were like really good at what they were doing. They were getting brand deals, and I was just like, this is what I want. And I started asking people questions, same exact way, and none of them helped me. I had to go on YouTube and Google to figure it out. And even then, I still felt like I wasn't at the capacity that I wanted to be.
Yeah, 'cause
but
they
had
know
I had,
something.
which I did, had I had somebody selling a course,
Yeah.
or so I bought the course, read through it, went on the lives that they had, learned from them, and I took back everything that I needed to take back
So I have
from
a
it.
question for you.
Yes.
When are you going to break that cycle?
Which one?
The cycle where you ask someone for help and they did not give it to you.
Oh, the cycle has been broken already. As
Okay.
it turns
I
out,
like that.
I am no longer the person. So the first words I said to my girlfriend when I met her, after I got out her chair, I was like, oh my God, my hair is dope as fuck. Can nobody tell me nothing? And then everybody would ask me, oh my God, where'd you get your hair done at? Oh, she don't have no contact information.
no.
Yeah, she
Always.
was that girl.
Always.
She was one of
Always.
those
She
girls.
never
Mind
became
you,
her
I would
mind you, she was
never.
referred.
Yeah.
I was.
She
Yeah.
was referred.
Oh, you are. She was trying to keep it sacred.
Yeah, I was trying to keep it very sacred. But then the Jesus friend that I have, she said, well, that's not cool. And I was like, what you mean? She was like, well, how do you expect me to grow and like do more? Like you're stagnating my money because you're literally my work that's walking around and people like it. You gotta let people, like, they're not gonna look like you. Everybody's not gonna look like you. And that's when the light bulb went off in my head and I was like, all right, she works here. You can go see her, but she expensive, so don't think you're gonna get it done for cheap. Neither.
Damn, you still trying to block.
I'm still trying to deter any way I could. But
She
guess
is
what?
healing.
But guess what? All the people that I referred, are they still here?
Yeah.
Who?
They come every now and again.
Who? We gotta talk about this later because
Okay.
I don't know who's still coming to you. That's out of my circle group.
I just said that for the people. No, they don't come anymore.
Right.
A lot of them moved. This was a very long time ago.
It
so.
don't matter. I'm the masked man standing.
Yeah,
Okay.
you are, and you are
Last of the
even.
Mohicans.
You're even in the business now.
And I'm in
Yeah,
the
she in
business.
the business. She
Okay.
done-
So I feel like I know my crowd. Like I know the people who's gonna go to the salon. I know the people who are going to go to you guys because you have a certain kind of clientele
They don't
that
even
you
have a booking site.
right.
So.
You don't even have
You
a
got to
website.
DM me.
Right.
I got to get on the phone with you. I really do not play that.
Right.
If I don't
And I
like the
love
energy
that.
on the
Vetting
phone,
process.
I love
Yeah.
that.
You know, so
Because you
it's
know
like
your client.
exactly.
You know who you want
I
to-
know,
who's for me.
who your
Yes.
clientele is,
Yep.
and they not going to be the ones that I'm going to refer.
Right. So you
Yeah.
can't have everyone in your space.
Nope.
And that to get closer to 100%, know your client. And we've
Yes.
said this before. If you do know your client, then you will get there quickly because
Very.
you will not have those bumps in the road. where
People
you have
setting your car on fire.
People setting your car. There you go, Mike. You said it for me. Oh, well, I just want to know where the people can find you guys.
Yeah, any projects that you guys are working
coming
on.
up. Yep. Let us know.
ladies first.
Let the people know.
Ladies first, you can find me on Instagram, KB Makeup Artistry with 3 underscores. Any special projects that I have?
Are you
coming
taking
up?
clients at the moment?
I am. I'm always taking new clients.
Okay.
You can find my booking link in
In her bio.
my Instagram bio.
Okay.
And she's
I'm
not a bio bully.
I'm not
Right.
a deposit demon.
Okay. Can I book an appointment without a deposit?
No.
Right.
But she's
And
not a
at
deposit
So
demon.
what's the difference? You gonna give me my deposit back?
As long as it's within
No.
the policies, I'm
Yes.
sure they
Okay.
can.
So,
Yes.
right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, you want to book with Kierra because she seemed like she knows what she doing.
Right.
No,
And
she
Daye?
does.
So I have a Mother's Day pampering event that I'm
Oh.
actually collaborating with another
Business
event planner,
Oh,
called
nice.
Vibes We Create. And that's gonna be May 10th.
Okay.
I'll post the Eventbrite, but it's like for all the moms to come out, enjoy a day of self pampering
Or
self-care.
non-moms like me. I just want to look nice and feel good.
No,
No,
you got to
it's
sit
for
this one out.
mothers.
Sorry, sis.
You don't got a dog or goldfish?
She don't.
So they'll be providing like massages.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
I'll also be doing like hybrid stains, which it's a brow enhancement, but it's instant. You do it by mapping the
Okay.
brow and then putting the
Product on.
product on,
Mhm.
and then you have nice, gorgeous brows, and everybody
Okay.
needs that.
I know
Yeah.
that's right. I do.
Okay.
That's what I will be doing May 10th,
Okay.
and my book is open.
Yeah.
Contact me.
Love that.
Period.
And Daye, how about you?
So you can find me at I am the Daye Xperience on Instagram. You could DM me. We could talk. We could chit chat. We could see if we could schedule something.
But them boundaries gonna be up.
The boundaries gonna be up. Do not come to my DMs at 12 o'clock at night. I will leave you on scene. Okay? Please. We watching How to Get Away with Murder. So please. I love that show, baby. Woo. I do have a makeup class that I am doing in September.
Oh,
so yes, I'm so excited about it. So
Where
this
would it
will
be held?
It's going to be held in New York.
Okay.
It's going to be in collaboration with one of my makeup artist friends named Picasso.
Okay.
Well, excuse me,
Picasso in Atlanta?
Yeah, uh-huh. She
say
moved to Miami.
Picasso.
She just moved to Atlanta. Yeah. She was in Miami. She
Okay.
moved to Atlanta.
Right, because I
She's
saw her
dope.
in Miami.
Yeah. That's one of my good girlfriends. So like she sends me her
Nice.
clients up here. I send her my clients down there. So we're doing a
Beautiful.
class, and the theme of the class is on the run.
Nice.
Yeah, so
I don't care if we on the run.
Baby, as long as I'm
next to you. Okay.
Start with Beyonce and Ella.
Okay. So that's gonna be in September. The promotion should be hitting sometime in I want to say after my birthday in June.
Okay.
So look out for that.
And I'll be there.
Okay, baby, because I always sell out of class, so you don't want to miss this.
I'm
this is
not
gonna be my
gonna
third
miss it.
class.
I
gonna be
know,
right on my
right?
Zoom.
Yeah, I'm
soon
super
as it
excited.
drops.
Okay.
And it's amazing to partner with someone like her who I look up to.
Yes.
And we just have such a great relationship. So that's what I have coming up in the near future. But, stay on my Instagram,
Yes.
like them posts.
Yes.
Yes.
I got something else coming up next week, a little nail
Okay.
grooming.
I know that's right. I
Fenty.
like that.
Pull up.
Pull all the way up.
Okay. What did Rihanna say? She was like, tell your friends to pull up. Rihanna, pull up.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on the show. This was
Such
such
a
a
wonderful
wonderful
episode.
episode. I really enjoyed the time spent here. I enjoyed the information that was given out. I'm sure you guys are going to love it. And thank you guys so much.
Yes,
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
having us.
Likewise.
Yes.
And it's a wrap.
And it's
it's
a
a
wrap.
Thank you.